Welcome back to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan. It's time for Golden Locks with Alex Gold.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this thing. It's simply too good.
Better believe it. We got a text that referenced Alex Gold. My girlfriend watches you guys with me, and she said you should name this segment Gorgeous Gambling Gold.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'll take it. I'll
I'm
take
in on
it.
that. I have no problem doing that.
I mean, I like it. I like it. Why wouldn't I?
Comes from good genes,
That's a
don't
man
you,
with
kid?
his girlfriend
That's right.
telling that in the moment of watching us.
Yeah. What's going on there? I will say,
brother.
I had it. It was difficult for me to run in
Look
here.
how he kicked back and put his leg up after that.
The leg was already up. The leg was already up. The leg was already up, Bob.
Your redwood?
The leg was already up. No, I
Alex, if you were a tree,
oh gosh, yeah.
what tree would you be?
I think an oak tree, Bob.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wise, strong,
an oak tree would
big,
be
girthy.
That's right. That's right. No, I struggled to get in here. I was falling down like a baby giraffe. I was trying to run in here, so it was tough for me, guys, to make my way in studio today. People snitch on every show. You guys know that. We were talking about this yesterday. Every listener, we appreciate you guys for listening all day. Like, you guys snitch on every other show. People will say, did you hear what Dusty and Bob said about you? And then I'm sure you guys get texts occasionally. Did you hear what Cody or Gold or C-Dot said about you?
Yeah.
So, yeah, people were snitching on you guys yesterday. I never heard the audio.
Well,
I'm like,
the
what are you
video's
talking about?
out there. I mean, it was. I mean, we used to call you, Cody and Gump back in the day.
We were saying that when's other than the combine though, what have you? I won the hot dog derby. Thank you very much, Bob. But
that's more your speed, Alex.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday. Multiple people were texting. We're like, what are they talking about? We never found the audio or whatever. But
All we said was, Nathan said he's the slowest man on earth. And I said, do you think you could beat Gold in a 40-yard dash? And he said, no.
I honestly think between him, me, it would all be very close. Like, I don't think you'd win running away, and I don't think I would either.
I wasn't in the conversation. You just put me in the conversation.
No, the text line said
No. Nathan said he goes, I'm the slowest guy at the
I had
station.
nothing to do with it.
Dusty said,
the text line tries to stir the pot.
Yeah,
Well,
they lie.
the text line sometimes can be a
chode.
Yeah.
so you never can believe everything they say.
That's exactly right. They take one thing and take it out of context. It happens a lot these days.
No, I never
Yes.
said I would beat you in a race. I
Yeah.
just said Nathan, because Nathan's baseball coach from Little League, and he said Nathan would turn doubles into singles.
Right.
And he's like, dude, I'm the slowest person on earth. And I was like, well, Gold's not very fast. Do you think
Nope,
you beat Gold in a race?
definitely not.
And that was it. And he said, no, absolutely not. And then he's like, well, we used to call Cody and Gold Cody and Gump.
Yeah, because it was I'm Alex Gump. I mean, because you ran like Forrest Gump breaking out of those braces at the combine.
Yeah, that was not a good showing.
Hey, we all have those
But then,
moments.
I won the hot dog derby. That's all I
there
got to
you
say.
go.
We got another person on my show that's 0-4. So
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm 0-1, but I didn't realize we were starting, and I was like, oh. And I didn't realize how hard it was going to
You
be to
took
run
a
in that
shower
thing.
right after.
I know.
It was August.
It was great. It was. It was nasty. Do you smell those hot dogs?
Wow.
He was like ketchup number 48.
That was back when I could still smell. And yes, by July, the suit's terrible.
Oh, it's awful. Yeah.
I'm surprised you got in that wiener.
Look, man, sometimes you take one for the team, right?
I guess so. Men's wieners. I really want to talk to you about KU and Texas Tech this weekend.
Okay, let's do it.
14.5 for
The
Texas
one game
Tech.
he didn't tell us about.
I know.
this week.
That's why I brought it. Then we'll get into the slate. No, then we'll get into the slate. 14.5
I talked about it last night on the show.
Yeah, how'd that go? First one of the season?
Yeah, Wednesday night, 6
So
o'clock.
you're back?
That betting show is back.
Which
We'll
one?
be doing that one, Bob. That one. Yeah, look, it's a large spread. I think Kansas's offense will be able to at least put up enough points where they can stay within 2 touchdowns. They're not going to win this football game. Texas Tech, truly the best roster money can buy. All the money that they added to NIL, it's paying off for them. I think they are co-favorites. I haven't looked at the Big 12 odds, honestly. At one point, I think they were. Maybe they still are.
K-State anymore.
No, and then Iowa State at one point was. Iowa State lost to Cincinnati, who looks better than people thought.
Not a bad loss now.
Suddenly,
Cincinnati loss does not
it
look
looks a little
bad,
different
right?
now.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
You lost to one of the better teams in the SEC, and you lost to maybe one of the better teams in the Big 12.
Yeah, I think they can. If Hang is just covering 14.5, I think Kansas can do that.
Are they out of the national championship conversation?
Kansas? It's fun. You say that, Bob. So the Big 12 convo is the one that's still real.
Yeah.
If Kansas, seriously, I don't think it's going to happen. But if Kansas were to beat Texas Tech, they would absolutely still have a shot at getting a path to the Big 12 title game. I know that people will laugh at that, but that is the reality if they win. I don't think they're going to beat Texas Tech, though. I think Texas Tech is the real deal. But 14.5, the offense and the creativity that they have is they will be able to score. I don't think they can stop
That's
Texas
the thing.
Tech
They can't
at
stop
all.
anybody
That
on
defense
defense.
is awful.
So we're betting the over.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the total is, but yeah.
75.
My guess is it's 60-something, Bob. Yeah, it's probably a very, very high total. It is actually, I don't know if it's the highest, it's third highest of the week, something like that. It is sitting at 58.5.
Oh, wow.
So it's actually lower. The Alabama-Missouri game, just for context, the total for that's 51.5. So
that's kind of low.
Not terribly far off.
Yeah, that's kind of low.
I do like, while we're on college football, though, real quick, I would say then, I do think Alabama can cover. Missouri still has a path, whether they win or lose, to getting to the college football playoff. Remember, they have some wiggle room with the schedule down the stretch. If they beat Alabama, then to me, I think they are going to the college football playoff, because at that point you start looking, even if they were to drop one later on to Oklahoma, it sets up nicely. I just think this is a big step up in competition for Missouri in this spot. Alabama's already played in a hostile road environment, as we all know, a week or two ago against Georgia. So I think Bama will be able to get their wide receivers, not just Ryan Williams, but Bernard, who's actually the better receiver. I know Ryan Williams is the kid everybody talks about because he's like 18 years old or whatever. But they will be able to exploit that Missouri defense, and so I think they'll cover the 3.5.
You do think they'll be able to, because Missouri's one of the best defenses in the nation, right? I think I saw something yesterday. They're the only school in America that has a top 4 offense and a top 5 defense, or top 4 defense, top 4 offense. How much of that, though, is based on you did play UMass like 3 times already this year?
Some of it's slanted to that. Now, overall, now they're going to start paying for it with the opponents, but overall, their schedule, before the season started, everybody was like, oh, their schedule's pretty easy. They actually do have one of the tougher schedules in the country. It's just it's now happening. It's the rest of the season is when it's going to kick in. Remember, they haven't had a road game yet.
That's true. They have not left Columbia.
But if they find a way to beat Alabama, to me, they're going to the college football playoff.
So tonight, we like Saquon Barkley a lot?
Yeah, so 2 bets that I like in the Thursday night game: Eagles, Giants. Eagles are 7.5-point favorites. The total at 40.5. I'm going to stay away from the spread. Short week, divisional game. I'm not laying 7.5 with Philly. I do think they win. I'm not saying that they won't win. I just don't think they can cover, at least not confident enough to put money. But Saquon Barkley over 84.5 rushing yards. You and I were talking before the show. That is the bet that I like tonight. Giants 29th in yards per attempt given up. Saquon is off to a slower start, certainly, than last year on a historical season. He's only averaging 54 yards per game.
This is what Saquon Barkley does,
This is a game where I think, after coming off a loss, it's a short week. Lean in on the running game and that offensive line that you have. And then the Giants just defensively and with where they play on these night games. We brought this up when the Chiefs played them 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. The Giants are 2-20, just outright winners in night games, and 1-12 at MetLife. So they just don't perform well in night games, period.
Well, they don't just perform well, period. Well, I mean, but it's interesting for me, and I don't know how you factor this into the betting world, but I would look at the number for Barkley tonight, and I would hammer the over, because they didn't run last week. They've been criticized all week. They had a players-only meeting that lasted a couple of hours. Like, stuff like that I look at, and I think, okay, I can kind of read the room. I've been around for a while. I've seen this before. I expect Saquon Barkley to have a pretty big night. How often do you factor all of that kind of stuff in? Yeah,
I mean, narrative is stuff like you don't want to lean in it too much. I think a divisional game also on a Thursday changes it just a little bit. We've talked a lot about the Thursday games. I also think, though, based on how close or low scoring, I should say, the game I believe will be, that to me also leads you to running the football more. It's why even on like the other side, Jackson Dart last night on that betting show, we were talking about his pass attempts, and someone was like, they liked his over, and I'm like, I versus rushing,
30.5 for passing attempts for Dart.
Yeah, and I think the only way he gets there, though, is if they're getting blown out. If it's a low scoring game, even if it doesn't feel like they're in it, then to me, they're not going to get to the, got 41 pass attempts last week, Jackson Dart did. Well, they had multiple turnovers late in the game, and they got behind, and they just started throwing like crazy. So I think the under overall for the game is another bet. Those are the 2 bets I like. Saquon over, and then under 40.5. It opened at 42.5 for this game. The Eagles, pace of play and all that kind of nerdy metric stuff, 17th, and the Giants are an EPA per play 5th worst in the league. So this, to me, will be a lower scoring game, even though the Eagles, if they're going to cover, it's going to have to be with a late touchdown or something. I don't like the cover, but this probably won't be the most exciting Thursday night game.
What about Chiefs? How are they a 2.5-point favorite this week and a 2.5-point dog 2 weeks ago to Baltimore?
Yeah, so, a couple things. I think people are nationally at least admitting, even if they're still not talking about the Chiefs being the same, they're all admitting that the offense is heading in the right direction. I mean, you're even seeing more and more of that narrative. Everybody understanding that, like, oh, yeah, they don't have Rice back, and yet the offense was not the problem.
No.
Yes, Mahomes threw a pick six. Okay, he's not going to throw a bunch of those. All right? I don't know. He's probably only thrown like 3 in his entire career, or 2 in his entire career. I don't know what the number is on that. So it's the fact that games at home, you get 1.5, 1.7 points for being a home team these days. It's not 3 anymore. So that factors in here. And then the Lions have injuries. I know you guys probably have hit on that with their secondary. Yep. So you got a Chiefs offense playing better. You've got multiple corners out for the Detroit Lions. So I do like Kansas City in the spot. And yes, someone will text in and say, you like Kansas City last week? Yes, I did. Yes, I did like Kansas City last week.
They were in well control of that game.
They should have won that football game. So yeah, Chiefs minus 2.5. If you were lucky enough on Monday late after the Chiefs game, you could have got them at -1. It's still under the key number, but obviously that'd be the better one. Basically, you're just about to pick them at that point in time. So yeah, I like the over in the game, 52.5, and I like the Chiefs to win. The Lions average 34.8 points per game. The Chiefs typically, it's weird when they go up against an offense that averages over 30, they raise the bar as well. So there's a trend since 2023. If Mahomes goes up against an opponent that scores 30-plus points per game, that's happened 5 times since 2023. They're 5-0 in those games, the Chiefs are, and they win by an average of 9.5 points.
Wow.
So, if you believe in this, they're like, all right, they know they got to bring their A game because that offense is going to put up points. There is something to that. Mahomes usually, their better performances come against an opponent where they know they got to score.
Huh.
And I think some of that goes to the conversation that we're going to have on our show to begin the early hour, and that is the aggressiveness part. I think Andy Reid will be more aggressive in this game because he respects the Lions and what they can do offensively. Sometimes I feel like he'll play an opponent and his aggressiveness completely shifts week to week.
Yeah, we were just kind of talking about that before you came in. He said he wants to score more, and we've been saying that for years. But now you have the offense that's capable of doing it, right? I mean, you've got the offense that's capable of going out there and scoring. New England and New Orleans this weekend. You love that game.
Yeah, I do. And we all saw what happened last Sunday night. New England, impressive win. They go into Orchard Park, get the victory. And on one hand, you might say, okay, well, is this kind of a trap? They're playing the Saints on the road. They're feeling themselves a little bit and all that. Patriots are 3.5-point favorites. So, yes, we are talking about the hook there, which always scares people. It's past the key number. I think the Patriots are for real, though, guys. I really do. I think Drake May, if you look at some of the numbers behind his second year and you compare it to other second-year quarterbacks, he's on par the beginning of his second year, which it gets complicated because we all know Mahomes didn't start his rookie year, so technically his second year was his first year. You really follow me on that one?
Yep.
His numbers are very similar to Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying he's Patrick Mahomes. Point is, he's playing very, very well in year 2 as a starting quarterback in the league. And Mike Vrabel, I think, is starting to get his identity across to that team as well. And they are playing with a ton of confidence. And the Saints getting a win last week makes me feel even better about this bet. This isn't a Saints team that's like so desperate for a win. Now, they got their first win, and they're still not any good. They're not any good. I like the Patriots to go down there and win comfortably. That'll be one I'm submitting for our Circa Millions, where after the 0-5 start, Bob, we're now in the top 100 of the Circa contest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. That is fantastic.
Everybody's hot right now.
So you get $1 million if you win this thing?
If you win it, it's like $6 million or something. It breaks it down by quarter.
Are you in the winning money?
Currently, if we were to end today, we would tie for 98th. With way too many people, so we would get a very, very small.
But you'd still get something.
Yeah, very, very small. What I want to convince everybody, if we have another 4-1 or 5-0 week, and we get to where we're tied for like 20th, which if we go 5-0, we probably would be, because we're only 2 picks away from. If everybody can do the same thing, but if we would have had 2 more right, if we would have gone 2-3 in week 1 instead of 0-5, we'd be tied for 30th right now. So we're not that far off.
Yeah.
If we
so
do that,
you're like the Chiefs right
that's
now.
Right. That's exactly right. You can sell equity in your. There's a marketplace. You can sell equity in your thing. So if we get. We own 100% of the entry right now. Each one of us technically accounts for like 16% of the entry. We all chipped in. And we could, if we get to a point where we're high enough, we could sell 25%.
Under the garage, you will be, yeah.
Sell 25% of the entry, Dusty. And if I tell everybody just get ready to get their entry money back, would everybody be for that? I don't know. Like we could sell 25%.
How much was the entry?
$1,000. So each person's only in like 200.
Okay, but you would sell 25, so that's $250 roughly,
Yeah.
Net positive. Buffalo
Lock in money.
Buffalo blows out Atlanta.
No.
Okay.
No. I actually like Atlanta to cover. They're the home team here. The latest number, unless it moved last night, was 4.5. The Bills 4.5-point favorites. I think the Bills defense keeps teams in the game.
I do too. I hate their defense.
Bijan Robinson, I think he's going to run all over them. I mean, it's also one of those I'm keeping an eye on for, like, do I sprinkle a little money line parlay or money line bet on the Falcons to upset the Bills outright? I haven't got there yet, but I think they can cover because the Bills defense keeps teams in games. Bijan, to me, will have a huge day. This is not about Josh Allen. He's going to do his thing. It's more about the Bills defense. They go on the road. And so I kind of like this. That's one of the doubleheader Monday night games, I believe.
Thank God we got 2 of those this week.
Do you like the doubleheaders?
Come on.
For you, well, you guys don't because you got to go to bed early.
It ruins Sundays, man. We're ruining Sunday.
Well, it definitely hurts Red Zone.
The noon and 3 windows. We're ruining that by constantly putting more games in different spots, man.
I'll give you that. I think it hurts Red Zone and the ability for that. And now we're also in the time where we get all these international games too. So you're losing you got an 8:30 game and you have 2 Monday night games. So I hear what you're saying. When the Chiefs
bastardizes Sunday afternoon, you know?
It does. When the Chiefs play Sunday Night Football, I love it though because Red Zone all day. Like that's my favorite.
I'll take
thing.
a noon game every day.
Well, you get one next week.
I know.
Raiders
Can't wait.
noon.
Full
You're going,
tailgate.
so you love
Let's
that.
go. Bust it up, Ralph.
Yeah.
Bob's got the Jets beating the Broncos this week.
I don't have that yet. I'm getting closer. But
what's the thought process?
Well, first of all, the Jets are 0-5 right now.
Yes,
and I just
no takeaways.
Right. And I just saw the Broncos sit there and say, Bo Nix, this isn't a trap game. And I'm like, oh, God.
Coming off a huge win.
Coming off a
London.
huge win, smelling their armpits, flying to London.
It would be funny.
It's the Jets who are 0-5. It's got everything set up to be just like I thought with the Giants and Chargers 2 weeks ago. I'm kind of getting that vibe right now.
Broncos 7-point favorites, Bob. So you like the Jets plus 7 at least then?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a game. I do.
If you like them to win outright, plus 315.
I'm not there yet, but maybe by tomorrow, maybe by Saturday. I got to hear more what's coming out of this Denver Bronco team. But seeing that this is not a trap game, oh, brother, it is.
Other than equity in your thing, what do you got coming up today on Cody and Gold?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that aggressiveness that we were just mentioning. I think it's kind of interesting. And also Shamari Connor. And he's getting a lot of heat this week for his performance. And I put some of this on the coaching staff. We'll dive into some of the numbers there. I think they're asking him to do a little too much. We'll kind of get into that because there's some bad comps from prior Chiefs players that are popping up with Shamari Connor that has some people nervous.
People want to know where they can find the betting show. Is it on the Odyssey app?
It is on the Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts as well. You can subscribe. That betting show is Wednesday nights, 6 o'clock right here.
All right, buddy. We appreciate
it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, you for
Alex.
Golden Locks.